Welcome to the Motivational Medium podcast. I'm Anne-Marie Lord, a psychic medium, author, and the founder of the Motivational Medium Academy. On this podcast, we'll explore intriguing topics such as mediumship, psychic abilities, and the amazing idea that we all have intuition within us. Whether you're a believer, skeptic, or somewhere in between, get ready to unlock your extraordinary potential as we discover the supernatural world together. If you want your questions featured on the show, be sure to join my tribe by subscribing to my newsletter at annemarielord.com. Let's go. Hello, my friend. Welcome back. I am so excited today. I wanted to talk to you and share something really exciting with you. Well, I feel it's exciting. Now, a lot of you know I wrote a few years ago, it actually got launched in COVID. I wrote my book, The Grateful 3 Approach to Life, and it was all about raising your vibrational energy, looking after your mind, bringing in mindfulness into your life. There was simple strategies and techniques on how to change the mindset all through this book. There was some laughter, there was some sadness, there was stories. It was all done with the story, teaching, and practical tools for you to use at the end of each chapter. Well, I have been working on over the last few months my new book, putting all the groundwork together, really, collecting some data, and also looking at and contacting some of my clients that I've seen along the way. So now all that groundwork, if you like, the foundations have been all put together. Now the journey has started. I'm so excited. I've contacted my author coach again, who guided me amazingly through writing the Grateful 3 Approach to Life book. And she's agreed to come and coach me and keep me accountable for writing this new book. Why am I telling you this? Because I want to share this journey with you on the podcast and let everyone know that anyone can write a book. Gosh, if you've read The Grateful 3 Approach to Life, you'll know I'm dyslexic. I didn't learn to read and write until I was in my early 20s. It never stopped me. I went to university. I was a clinical nurse. I run my own business. It's never ever stopped me being dyslexic. However, I think anyone can do this. And if you've got an amazing career or business or a story to tell that'll help others, then I would strongly say, if you want to write a book, then get yourself an amazing coach and do it together. So my coach is on board. All the groundwork is being done and submitted. And the story writing is ready to go. So that's why I wanted to talk to you today about the journey, really, and the story and what this book is going to be all about. So I wanted this new book to be more about mediumship, about the journey of mediumship, the ups and the downs, and about how, I know there's some amazing mediums out there that have never gone on the journey because of the fear of being seen, really, and what others might think. I worked in palliative care for many, many years, and I absolutely know without a shadow of a doubt I was supposed to be in that zone as a nurse, because it hugely has helped me create the mediumship and spiritual practice that I've got today, and also is going to help me write this book. This book, as I say, is all about mediumship, but it's not your normal mediumship book. It's going to have some stories in it, and some meetings of people that I've read for over the years. However, the book really, for me, is all about navigating grief. It's all about the journey we call life. It's all about how we navigate life, how mediumship is a healing tool, and also how every single one of us has mediumship within us, and also a heightened intuition that a lot of people just do not tap into. So I am so excited to share this book. It's going to be an amazing journey. And I just think, and I know that it will help people who are struggling with grief and don't know how to walk the walk and get through grief, how their loved ones in spirit are massively still with them, how they show us signs, and sometimes with our engrossed and swimming and drowning in grief that we don't actually see the beautiful messages and signs really that they're trying to show us. I remember when my mum died, I was 27, she was 47. And for about 10 years, I didn't feel or see or hear anything. Well, truthfully, straight after she passed away, I got a sign. And I knew it was like, any of yous that have ever had this, you'll know and understand what I mean. But this was like a few days after she passed, and I was sitting with her, holding her handbag, and I was so devastated. And I felt like there was someone giving me, the only way I can describe it is a spiritual hug. So I felt warm, I felt connected to her, I felt close, I felt relief. The sadness absolutely lifted, not for long, but it lifted. And then I felt settled. And I knew without a shadow of a doubt that it was my mum hugging me and saying, you know, you've done everything you could do, and I thank you for that. But now I'm going on my journey, and I'll be keeping an eye on you, but I will be on my journey of healing, because she was very sick before she passed to the spirit world. And this feeling was, it's so hard to describe. And that's why I say to you guys, if you have felt this, you will understand exactly what I mean. And then I never felt anything for near 10 years from my mum. And that, I think, was because I became absolutely engorged in grief. And why I'm writing this second book is because I want to help people navigate that awful time and that horrendous time so that they can have glimpses of coming and seeing the light, really, and then coming and seeing the other side of what grief can look like and will look like. And that's in the place where I believe we see our signs. So, a quick overview of what this book is about. As I say, I'm so excited about writing this book. I just know it's going to make a difference in my life because I'm the first person I always teach. And I just love the fact that I'm going to be able to share people's stories of their journey and how mediumship has changed their life, and how going to see someone like me has brought them closure and has brought them peace, really. This isn't about letting people know mediumship is a secret thing that only mediums can do. This is letting people know that we all have this ability to connect with our loved ones in spirit. And there's nothing scary or bad about doing that. It's actually beautiful, peaceful, and calms the soul and helps us live more on this journey we call life. You know, I'm going to talk to you in the book, and I'm going to talk to you over the next few weeks on this podcast, all about why we need to change our energy, why we need to raise our vibration, how we can find peace and harmony through our connection and knowing our loved ones are still with us. You know, I'm going to take everyone back as well. I'm going to talk about the things I've seen through past life regressions, what people have shown me. This actually blew my mind. I went and studied hypnotherapy and NLP for one reason and one reason alone, really. And that was because I was so fascinated by past life regression, all the books that I'd read and all the looking deep and taking a deep dive into all this and the amazing people that deliver these past life regression. So I wanted to not only find out about what past lives other people had had and how that can affect this life or change this life or enhance this life, but I wanted to know when people go life between lives. So when I take people into the spirit world, and this sort of happened through accident really, when I was taking people on this journey. So I went and studied hypnotherapy, and then I looked into bringing a few people into my office, and all different people. These people didn't know each other. And when I take them out of one life through deep trance into the next, what every one of them would see was the same. Now, I didn't discuss this with anybody about what everyone would see, and I will talk about it in the book in more detail. But I don't want to tell you this on this podcast because I don't want to influence your mindset through this podcast if you're thinking about going to see someone for past life regression. But the things that people seen and saw when they went into the life between lives. So when you take them out of, or they decide to come out of that life and you facilitate this, and then they go into a zone where they travel into the spirit world, that's what fascinated me, because I work as a medium and I work with spirit, and I get to see what spirit want to show me and what clients talk about, and then to hear the same stories or the same visions from each and every person that I facilitated to go into the afterlife or life between life zones blew my mind. It was amazing because every single one of them described exactly the same thing. So in the book, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about how through past life regression, what I've been shown, through spirit, what I've been shown, and also how it has helped many people to get rid of illnesses, including myself, to get rid of illnesses by doing past life regression. So this is just one of the things I'm going to talk about. I'm also going to talk about how I've been shown that we choose this journey. Now, this is a big one for me to take on, and it'll be a big one for a lot of people to take on. Why did we choose this journey? Why did we choose the illnesses that we get? Why did we choose the heartaches and the life that we've had and the down times as well as the good times? And everything is about learning and evolving. Everything is about growth. Even the sad and the bad times is about growth. And that I'm going to deep dive into in the book. So that'll also be massively interesting. As I say, I'm going to talk to you about energy healing and why we need to look after our own energy. And I'll even take you through, because I did teach Reiki and I'm still a Reiki master. And I use Reiki a lot with myself and also energy healing. So I'm going to take you through that in the book, how that you can bring energy healing into your own life in quick, simple terms. And when you do decide to work on your energy and you work on you first, then your physical world will line up with the internal world. So it's massively beneficial and massively critical that you work on your energy first. Don't forget, your energy goes to where your focus is. So if you're focusing on something that is not serving you any purpose, then all your energy goes there. And when your energy goes there, that's what grows. So I know this myself through being diagnosed with Hashimoto's in 2023. All I focused on was the illness, the disease, the devastation to the body that come with that illness, and all the different things that happen to the body when you have Hashimoto's. And, I'm a nurse. I dove right into this and looked at every facet of it and every section of it. And next minute I found I'm actually growing the symptoms, and I was having more symptoms and more symptoms and more fatigue, and my eyesight was going funny, and it was just the aches and pains. And this I found I was focusing on constantly. As soon as I got aches and pains, I would dive into why this is with Hashimoto's. When my eyesight went funny, I would dive into that. Why is that happening with Hashimoto's? When I started losing my hair, all this kinds of stuff, And what I realized, and this took a long time to shift the mindset, and trust me, I'm still working on that. But what I do know is that where I was focusing and where I was sending all my energy, that was actually growing. So I'm going to talk about all this along the next, maybe 6 to 12 months, and take it on the journey of me writing the book, the ups and the downs. So I would love you to come on this journey with me. I hope this podcast made sense, because it sort of never had no structure. I just wanted to talk to you about the book, really, and what's going to be in the book. There's going to be so much more. And as I say, how mediumship is delivered as well, how people can criticize mediumship. We have lots and lots of skeptics out there, which is fabulous. I think everyone should be skeptic, but I'm going to take you through this step by step by step. But today's podcast, as I say, I just wanted to give you an overview of what it's all going to be about, what we're going to talk about over the next 6 months or so. And just for today, I want you to think about, and I've talked about this before, but just for today, I want you to think about maybe something that is in your life that you give a lot of focus to. And it'll be something, maybe you can think of two things really. You can think of a positive thing and think of how much energy you give to that. And is it growing? The more energy I give to it, the more it will grow. And then think of something like when I was diagnosed with the Hashimoto's and how much energy I gave to that situation and how the symptoms just grew and grew and grew. I was hyper focused on how my body was feeling. So I was feeling everything. And this, as I say to you, is something I'm still working on today, because it's there. However, I don't want to go deep into the symptoms, because I felt the more I was putting energy into the symptoms, the more the symptoms will grow. So have a little look into your life and think, what am I hyper focused on? Where do I put my energy? How do I give that all my energy? And then what I want you to do then is I want you to change it. So when that focus goes to, say, an illness or a situation, then I want you to change your focus, become aware of it. In the Grateful 3 approach to life, I call it stop, twerk and tequila, where we stop the mind from going on a tangent into that area. So you can physically stay stop. You can move a part of your body. This confuses the synaptic connection within the brain. So it will stop you from going on that journey of putting your energy into that place. Think about it like this. Have you ever been in full-blown conversation? I'm a menopausal woman, so this happens to me all the time. But have you ever been in full-blown conversation with someone and then all of a sudden someone cuts you off or stops you and you can't get back, or you forget to get back, or you forget what you were talking about? That is what happens when you stop the connection within the brain, when you're focused or hyper-focused on a certain area, situation, illness, whatever it is. Stop, move your body, and then think of something that really makes you laugh out loud. Something funny that had happened in your life. Just think of one thing and then feel it, laugh about it. And then you won't be able to get back to that worry. You've automatically then very quickly just stopped the energy going in that direction. And what happens after a while of doing this and stopping the energy, we forget to remember that that's where our energy was going. So I'll say that again. We forget to remember where our energy was going. So we can't go there anymore. It becomes dull and nil and voided. So isn't it worth giving it a go? Okay. So once again, I would love you to put all your energy into something amazing. Take it away from something that serves you no purpose. Come on this journey with me about the book, the ups and the even upser, the highs and the even higher. Come on this journey with me, and yeah, we'll learn and grow together. And I can't wait for this book to get out and be the absolute success of what my other book, The Grateful 3 Approach to Life, has been. It's now selling all over the world, which is amazing. Thanks for joining me today. Now, the podcast, while I am doing this, working on the book, I'm putting together a book tour in Australia and in the UK for the new book. While I'm working on that and I'm seeing my clients in my office, I've decided to focus on the podcast once a month. So just for a little while, the podcast will be out once a month. And so I will talk to you once a month. But again, if you've got any questions, you can always email me at annmarie@annmarielord.com. Send me your questions, send me your thoughts. If you want me to discuss anything within the podcast while I'm talking about the book, then I would be more than happy to do this. Have the best day, my friend. And yeah, I'm so happy and I'm so glad that you're coming on this journey with me. And don't forget, if you are in Perth and you can come and see me on the 21st, Saturday the 21st at 2:30 p.m. in the Crystal Clarity in Clarkson, I will be doing a live platform mediumship event. And also you get to ask some questions on there. And I'll do some question and answers. And also I will probably talk a little bit more about the book. And don't forget all the amazing prizes that you can win as well, the door prizes for just coming along. I would love to see you on the 21st. And if not, and if you're in a different part of the world and listening to this, stay tuned. We've had nearly 20,000 downloads. Woohoo! So big celebration going on there and of the podcast. And I'm just dead excited about that too. So have a fantastic day, my friend. Subscribe and you will be informed of the next episode coming up. It will be out on a Sunday and I will talk to you all soon. Take care and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this show. It's important to note that while I'm here to inspire, encourage and guide you, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist or a doctor. Join me again in 2 weeks for more captivating revelations on the supernatural. Remember to be in with a chance to have your questions answered on the podcast. Subscribe to my newsletter at annmarielord.com. Stay in the tribe to vibe. I appreciate you guys. See you next time.